What's up, good people and Eagle fans and 49er fans? I hope everybody's had a great weekend so far. We got one day left to the holiday weekend, which means it's going to be a short week. And then, oh my goodness, Thursday night, we have the season opener. Friday night, we have the Green Bay Packers and the Philadelphia Eagles. And then come Sunday, we got our Cowboys against the Cleveland Browns. We're going to have a busy week. So I'm going to get this video done and I'm going to bed. I'm going to need some extra sleep the next couple of days because we'll be live streaming every one of those games and we're going to have a ball. Something that it's cold-blooded. This is where you realize we as the fans are just pawns. Now, I'm not a big college football guy or anything like that, or a tennis fan, but DirecTV and ESPN and Disney are having a contract dispute. And so DirecTV, just before kickoff of the LSU game and during one of the US Open matches, literally blacked out ESPN. No warning, just there's gone. Now, for me, it's not a problem because I got YouTube TV. And my suggestion would be is get rid of that ugly ass dish on top of your house. Get rid of it. I'm going to tell you, YouTube TV, I had DirecTV for Sunday Ticket. And that last year that they had it, it broke down on more than one weekend. I literally paid for DirecTV for 3 years, only to have it for Sundays. 17 Sundays a year. And if you're telling me it goes out 2 times, I'm sorry. It's too much money for it. And to do something like that, it's just cold-blooded. YouTube TV, I'm telling you, they've got extra features that are going to be this year. For the Sunday Ticket, it's the way to go. No ugly-ass dish. You don't have to have a cable box or a cable. You literally will just stream it wherever you go. I can take the TV out the bedroom, the TV from downstairs. I can bring TVs all up here without a cable box, real easy and stuff. So screw DirecTV. Now, there's a couple of factors that we're going to have to go right for us to have the season that we hope to have. It's been my contention that with Walker Wade, we've had a discussion that he's like, franchise quarterbacks elevate the team and things. And we've had great quarterbacks that have gotten us to championship games. And Dak hasn't done those things. He's like, Danny White was great and things. And Danny White got us to 3 NFC championships in a row, which is true. But I'm not sure that when you look at talking about Roger Staubach and Danny White, how many Hall of Famers do we still have on that team? I know Drew Pearson was still there, Randy White was still there, and Too Tall Jones, Tony Dorsett. You had a lot of great players. And don't get me started on with, Captain America and the Doomsday Defense. We ain't got the Doomsday Defense. Doomsday Defense would, we would never give up like we did against the Green Bay Packers on the ground. It just never would have happened. So, I know it's a different time and a different era and so on and things, but come on. It's a 53-player roster. And you need everybody to perform on this thing. And with that, here is my big question. In 2020, which was the last time the Cowboys went heavy into free agency for what they do, and getting players that you knew. There was Gerald McCoy, there was Clinton Ha-Ha-Dix, there was Dontari Poe, there was Emerson Griffin. And these were all players that at some point in their career had played really well. And you knew their names. Maybe Clinton Ha-Ha-Dix he had a good year or two with Cleveland, with the Bears. Not so much with Washington, but you thought he was going to be a capable safety. That guy didn't make it out of training camp. Gerald McCoy ended up getting injured before the season started. Dontari Poe, He was just fat and out of shape. And Emerson Griffin, I think we traded him back to Minnesota. So with that class of players in that 2020 defense, which was historically one of the worst ones that we've ever had, defense-wise. That defensive players, those free agents did nothing. And so now as we look at getting Jordan Phillips, getting Carl Lawson, getting Lenvell Joseph, and these guys, is this going to be a repeat of 2020, that these are guys, older guys that are past their prime, that aren't really going to be what you need them to, that they're guys getting a check on their way out the door? Or are these guys going to be players that we can hopefully count on to make our defensive line better? Because ultimately, y'all can keep pointing your fingers at Dak Prescott, and I will say, I will fall on my sword and say he wasn't perfect, but when you have playoff games and you can't run the football and you can't stop the run, and you become one-dimensional, and your number one wide receiver seems checked out, you can't expect great results. Look at Kansas City in the Super Bowl. They had their running back, Pacheco, picking up tough yards. Their quarterback, he made a mistake, but his defense held the other team on the 25-yard line from scoring. And their defense bailed them out in overtime. That was truly a team win. And that's the thing. Sometimes your quarterback, he's going to have a bad day like anybody. That's when you need somebody else to step up. Think about when Cooper Rush started for those 5 games. The first 4 games, the defense played lights out. They didn't have to score a whole lot of points. They didn't have to risk the biscuit downfield. They didn't have to throw into tight windows. They used ball control. But when you get behind, when you have no other faces, when you rely solely on the arm, and the defense isn't stopping people, sorry guys, the team's going to lose. So we need everybody to click on all cylinders. We just do. And we need a little bit of help in staying healthy. With those things, you never know. And, as people went through and they looked at the schedule, where you have Philly 500 saying we're going to be like 2-5 to start the season. I don't know about that. The first few weeks of the season are really unpredictable, and you don't really know what team is what. But I will say this: if the Cowboys can go on the road here and get a win in Cleveland, it will be huge to start the season that way. And I think that they have an opportunity to do that. I think we got the better quarterback. I think we are actually beginning to get hungry. And I think that we've been disrespected so much that maybe, just maybe, our guys get a chip on their shoulder. So good, people. Another day ends, getting us another day closer to the NFL season. Remember, tell the people you love how much you love them. You might not get the chance again, and I love you guys. And God willing, we'll all see each other tomorrow. Peace.